My hot mess is showing. Hi, it's Kayla from the present day, and I did not film an intro for this vlog. So hi, I'm Kayla, and this is On the Fritz, where I'm a hot mess 99% of the time. So this is a reading vlog for the London Night Paranormal Romance Readathon, and I did not talk about the books I was going to read, but you'll hear me talk about them. But I had a great time. I can't wait for round 3, and reading these books definitely got me in the paranormal mood. I'm slowly kind of getting out of it, but I had a great time, and I hope you enjoy the vlog. Bye! Hello, I'm on my lunch break and you're being held up by my hand sanitizer, so we'll see how long this setup lasts. Got a burger and tots for lunch. So I finished 2 things today. I finished Spell of Desire, Volume 2. This was good. I gave it 4 stars. Again, I love the artwork. It's very just cringy though. Like, it's just very dramatic. And the hero has to leave because he just can't be around her. But of course, when he leaves, she's in danger. And then he has to like come and rescue her and kiss her. You know, it's just very that. And it's just cringe that like the magic that's trapped in her mother's magic, just makes everyone want to assault her, sexually assault her. And it's just very dramatic, but it's fun. Like, that's what it is, and I like it. The ending has a good setup. Again, there's 3 volumes left, so I'm not quite sure what else will happen, especially since most of the volumes is just her internally thinking, oh, there's no way he likes me. Okay, new spot, but same setup. I came to the car wash because someone was parked right next to me. You know how it is. So yeah, Spell of a Desire is fun. The setup, I like the setup. It's only 5 volumes total, so I don't predict a whole lot happening, and most of both volume 1 and 2 is basically the heroine just thinking to herself how much she is caring for this guy, falling in love with the hero, and that he must not feel the same because he was assigned to protect her and her mother's powers by her mom, so that he must like care for his mom. He must care for her mom, and he's just doing his duty, even though like they have all of these like hot makeout sessions like every other page. So that's that. I'm enjoying it. Love the artwork, and plan on wanting to try out any other series by that mangaka. And then the next story that I finished today was Deal with the Demon. And this was so good. I gave it 5 stars. This is the novella, paranormal romance novella, where the heroine accidentally gets into a 28-day deal with a demon. The demon is a success demon. And so his purpose is to help her achieve success. And yeah, so it goes from there. And it's funny because she accidentally gets into the contract because she just checks the terms and conditions box on her phone without reading it. And she thought she was just like downloading an app, and really she was like getting into this deal with a demon. And the kids love him. She has 2 teenagers, and they love him, and he ends up being a really great partner for her, and they fall in love, and it's so good. And I love kids in books, and these are teenagers, which can read potentially very meh, and they actually feel like fleshed out, realized characters, and they're teenagers and they're still acting like teenagers, but integrated with like the parenting, and it was really well done. The two teenagers in this book really elevated the story for me. And this was a novella. It was like 100 and some pages, and it was so good. Like, the plot was good, all the characters were good, the romance was good. It was amazing. So again, I want to check out more from this author. So after that, I've now started, and I'm about 16% in on Queen Takes Knights. This is the bloody vampire erotica series. This is a host favorite, so this is one of Tamika's favorite series. And it is so good. So our heroine just met up with two of her bloods? Is that what they're called? Two of her protectors, and the world building and the setup for this series is really good. So it's dark, it's bloody, it's sexy, and it's just like everything that like vampire paranormal romance should be. I love horror, and so this feels like it's might toe on the line of horror as far as like everyone says it's very bloody, not gore bloody, but it's almost like an homage to that, which I really like. Our heroine is of course the long lost queen of a royal bloodline, and it's like a top shelf bloodline that's either like the direct descent of like the original vampire or something. That's just kind of the vibes I'm getting. We're just in setup territory right now, but her parents died when she was young, different times, and she's just been like on her own for a while, and there's always been like these creatures that have been hunting her, and so she's like afraid of the dark, and two of her future blood things rescue her, and she's found out that she's a vampire queen. She's half human, and yeah, I'm really surprised at the world building setup. So I'm hoping that continues on. And I'm only 16% in, and it's already very, very sexy, and they haven't even like done anything yet. Like, it's just the sexual tension and just like the way that they talk to her and the way that she feels just like from being around them is so hot. Like, I love good sexual tension leading up to steamy scenes, and so I'm really excited. Like, I'm literally like walking into a sex scene. I think their first sex scene. And of course she's a virgin, and her first time is going to be with two dudes, and I'm excited. It's going to be hot. Like, I can just tell. Like, I'm already loving it so much. There's some other books I want to pick up first, but I'm excited about the series. It had a lot more meat to it than I thought it would. I thought it was just going to be a lot of sex, which I remember, now that I think about it, I remember some people saying that was a criticism for them because they were expecting a lot more sex and steamy scenes, and they got more maybe politics than they were wanting. But I like politics and sexy times all wrapped up in a shorter novella. I think this is considered a novella. I'm not quite sure on the page count. I think it's close to 200 pages. So yeah, this is hitting all my buttons right now, and it's like the perfect read while like simultaneously reading Spell of Desire, because Spell of Desire is so like melodramatic and romantic with all the kissing and stuff. Like, I love it. I don't even need much more than kissing from that series, but it's nice to be reading this and be getting all of the sexual tension and potential hot ass steamy scenes. update for Queen Takes Knights, and just wanted to say I didn't realize, or if I did, I forgot, that the blood members of like her nest, the queen's, or the heroine's nest, when they come into their power after they drink her blood, they each like can turn into something. So like they're vampires, but they're also shapeshifters as well, and they shift into something powerful that is to protect the heroine. So I didn't know that, so that's just another little paranormal element. Oh, Henry. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning that just came in like 15 minutes ago, and it's only for like an hour. And the rain came in, and there's supposed to be ping pong sized hail, but the landscapers are still here outside, and they just started like packing up. And it's like extremely windy and pouring rain, and they just brought in a bunch of like topsoil to like level out where they took out the pond and stuff. And so like they literally just dumped a whole truckload of soil onto like the side of our yard, and then it started raining. Reading update. So I finished Queen Takes Knights, and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it so much. It was so much more than I was expecting. It was very sexy, very steamy, but the world building and the plot and the backstory and the political intrigue, and like there was just so much more going on than just the sex and the romance, and I loved it. I loved that. So it just felt like a really, really, really steamy, bloody paranormal romance with good world building and etc. I'm excited to read the rest. And now that I say that, it does come to mind that I think some people didn't like this book / series because there wasn't more sex in it, and there was like a lot of other stuff. But I liked it all. Like I loved it. And I really feel like this series, this book for sure, has like ruined me for like vampire romance, because this is like what vampire romance should be. Very bloody, dark, but also like wholesome and meaningful, and then with the politics, and like there's so many setups for future books, and set up for future blood members, and the twists and turns that happen in this book. It's just really well written, and I loved it so much. I'm curious to see how everything plays out later in the series, with like a bigger blood and more POVs, or maybe not everyone gets a POV, or if it just kind of focuses on the new additions in each book. I'm interested to see how everything will juggle and play out later on in the series. Loved it. 5 stars. Highly recommend. I will say, so everyone had always said there's blood play, it's very bloody, blah, blah, blah. And it was what I expected, but a few things So blood in this world with these vampires, blood is not only nourishment and a source of power, and a source of like connection and bonding, but it's also an aphrodisiac and lubricant. So just adding that in case you weren't curious of how far the blood play goes. It was really good. I also read and finished Meeting the Huntress by Talia Hibbert, and I love this even more. I gave it 5 stars. I understand the hype, I understand the love. This is my second Talia Hibbert book in the month of May, and I'm quickly falling in love with Talia Hibbert's writing, like super fast. Like I can tell she's gonna be a top favorite author. I love her characters. This is her first paranormal romance. It's a novella and it has like a Halloween vibe, but it's not like, you can read it whenever. It's not overflowing or cheesy or overburdened with Halloween stuff. But I really liked it. Didn't really click until I started the book that it was like a huntress and a shifter. So the huntress, she's from a family of hunters that hunt werewolves, and the love interest is a werewolf. So we have that Romeo and Juliet taboo vibe thing going on. Our heroine is one of 14 siblings, so I'm anticipating more books, but I was disappointed to find out that like nothing's been written since this first book back in like 2018, 2019. So I'm hoping for more books. There's a lot of siblings to be read about, but this was really sweet. It reminds me, the characters remind me of Chloe and Red from Get a Life, Chloe Brown, where the heroine is very feisty, spunky, you know, independent, driven, and the hero is just like a cinnamon roll, and he's like artistic and sensitive, but still, you know, a big hunky man at the same time. So I love this. This is probably one of my more favorite shifter romances. I'm not sure. It was just so good. Like I just loved it so much I did not want to stop reading it. As with most shifter romances, I love it when the shifter knows the love interest is their mate, and they just smile and swoon over any little minute signs of affection, because they know that they're endgame and they know that they're going to be together forever, and they're not really in a hurry to get there. Like, they're just happy to be in the presence of their mates, and it's just so swoony. I love it so much. So yeah, that's everything. So let's see, I never did like my TBR. I did a TBR on Instagram. I read most of my things I wanted to read. So I read Deal with the Demon, give it 5 stars. That one's the group book, demon book, LGBTQIA plus book. I think that's everything. I read volumes 1 and 2 of Spell in Love. I can't remember what it's called, the witch manga. I still have the other 3 that I do plan on wanting to read, but I'm reading them past the Readathon. Gave both of those 4 stars. Love the artwork. It's very dramatic and angsty. The sexual tension is just thick, but the angst is high, but it's fun, and that's what I'm here for. So I'm really glad I picked up that series. and will read more from that mangaka. So for the manga, that could be used for a medium I don't read a lot from. I have been reading a lot more recently, but I'm very new to the manga world. And then it's a witchy book. There's a witch in it. Meeting the Huntress is a booktube darling. Everyone loves this book for good reason. And it's from an author of color. And then Queen Takes Knights is a host favorite. Tamika loves the series. And I'm trying to think, I felt like that book had more prompts than just that one. And then so the other prompts were like follow the host, which I already had, TBR on Instagram, wrap up here in this vloggy vlog. And I think that's most of the prompts, if not all the prompts. I don't know. I don't want to look them up right now. Just but it's so much fun. I really wasn't in a paranormal mood when I started, but now I am, and I'm still reading Paranormal, so I do plan on finishing the manga series, but I'm currently reading a historical paranormal series that is set in Colorado. It's a historical western, and the heroes are werewolf shifters, and the first two books have a mail order bride trope. I'm not sure about the other two, but even though it's not part of this readathon, it is paranormal. I had finished the first book today, and that is Wolf Bride by T.S. Joyce. Yeah, T.S. Joyce. A bunch of her books were free a long time ago, but I think most of them are on KU. I'm pretty sure this series is. And so I started the second book as well, because I wanted to know what happened with the other brother. And I'm currently reading Blood Red Snow, something like that. It's book 2 in this series, but I love the combination of historical and paranormal. I love historical westerns anyways, but this was just, I don't know, it was just really fun. And it's really fun to have like a shifter werewolf on like a ranch and all that's involved with that. It was very dramatic, very high action. They didn't get together till the very end, but I was invested, and it was everything that I love from historical westerns. So I also recommend that little extra, even though it wasn't part of the readathon. Thanks for watching. All of my information's down below if you want to be friends on other places. I would be happy to talk about books or anything else. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.